pretty much all of his life. I am with my daughter, Michelle, and she's the tech support of the ship. And I don't have anything else to say. That's a bit sad.
Simon, you're a little quiet. I don't know if it's just the distance from the microphone.
Testing.
Much better.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. I'm playing Harper Derox. He is a young, energetic jack of all trades who has recently become a little bit cynical after some real life business dealings that we were forced to deal with. And he is a psychic, and sometimes even remembers that.
Yeah. All right, and the new guy, I'm playing Malix Guevara. I've got a military background. He's a drone technologist by training. He was in the Empire military, but he got a little greedy and got busted for selling sneaking tech onto the black market and got dishonorably discharged, and now here he is.
Nice. Welcome to the ship.
Thank you.
Yeah, now, are you meeting us for the first time, or have you maybe crewed with us before?
I would say, let's say I've crewed before just to...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we ran into you on... Where is it? Were we at Vorax most recently?
I believe, yeah. You
Yeah,
are.
Vorax.
No,
You're on
Vilmature.
Vorax.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Vilmature?
That was where you.
That was.
Oh yeah,
that
true.
was where
All right.
We made the delivery, and then we went to Vorax to get our payment and offload our trade goods. So we ran into, what was the name? Malox. We ran in.
Yeah.
So sorry. We ran into him on Vorax, and it's like, hey, good seeing you. Welcome on. You want to ship with us? Sure, that's fine. Okay.
Cool.
And we were using a roll for your party, right? Is that what we were doing?
Oh yeah. Let me get that window up for you guys.
I think. Is it Dooley Wise Kitten?
It is Dooley Wise Kitten. Appropriate, I know. I think the one I use for red carnations, I think, is similar. It's like it's something cat. I don't remember what it is. Let me clear this. Michael, you've used roll for your party before, I hope. Yes.
I have, yes.
Cool.
Is there a character sheet or a spreadsheet that I should be filling out?
No, we haven't. I haven't set one of those up because I am. What's that word? Lazy. That was it. I was basically very lazy about doing that. I'm playing Into the Odd this Friday, and Richard's got this nice spreadsheet, and I'm like, well, damn. So yeah, cool. So yeah, you guys are on Vorax, and your friend Alexandra, who has you guys on retainer, has a colleague who could use a little help. So I take it they want to have a meeting with you, this colleague, which
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay.
What kind of help they want?
Yeah, and what sort of are we meeting in a bar or a nice restaurant?
That is up to you.
Or a really nice restaurant.
Yeah, who's paying is really the question.
I think we should get to somewhere super extra fancy and then extra paying the bill just because of the stunt she pulled last time.
Oh yeah, good point. I feel like she still kind of owes us.
Yeah.
What happened last time?
She hired some people to ambush us and beat us up and take our cargo.
Oh, and we're doing business with her. Why?
Well-
Because she pays us.
Yeah, we signed some things. Her plan before wasn't, and in the last mission wasn't to kill us. It was to have sort of plausible deniability as to what happened to the cargo. I think.
I see.
Yeah,
it's just-
okay. but the ship captain got kind of angry after we tossed a nuke at him. So
Yeah,
I can't understand why.
He's got personal at that
it
point.
wasn't
Yeah.
that he was forbidden to kill us. It's just he had a nice bonus if he didn't kill us.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
And
So, the world of Vorex is where you are. It's a quite habitable Earth-like world. It's reasonably high tech. It's controlled by an oligarchy. So, in this case, it is controlled by a small elite group of nations with functionally hereditary or oligarchic forms of government that have a continual war zone in the central belt of the planet, which is great for them because most of them have arms industries.
Right.
And, mercenary contracts are plentiful, but it is still a rich world. So, hey, there's that. So yeah, where do you make the meet? At a divey bar? At a
I say we get some steaks out of this.
okay, nice restaurant.
Right.
Alrighty then. So you arrive at the. Is everyone coming? I'm assuming, but
I mean, somebody should probably stay at the ship. I don't know, maybe Michelle.
Yeah, but we'll leave
yeah. Okay.
Actually, since I prevented Michelle from eating nice things last time, she's going to go out and stay on the ship.
Oh,
wow!
Let her have this one.
That's so awesome. Yeah. So Michelle is like, when do we eat? Let's order. Do they have like Vorexian lobster on the menu?
Right. Yeah, I imagine that Michelle is wearing her fanciest gown, and I'm probably also dressed very nicely, and the rest of you are slobs.
Well, we don't actually know about Malik. What does he look like? How does he dress?
Oh, I had a handy dandy picture, but yeah, let me see. Can I post? No, I can't paste. Wait, I think I know.
You can actually paste it in the roll for your party.
Yeah, I think what I can share the link for. I actually have this set up in a Google Doc. Let's see. And there's my Stance with Character sheet picture.
Oh, let's see here. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the gist.
All right. Finally, this is the gravitas we've been needing on our.
Like next time somebody's going to make fun of our ship, they won't.
Right.
Yeah, not anymore. Oh, wow.
That's excellent.
Okay then. Wow. So yeah, this actually works well for you when you meet Silas Luciva, who is the corporate VP at Astra Arms that Alexandra wants you guys to do a favor for. And he comes in and is very nervous looking and sees you guys and hesitates for a second, but then sees Malax and is like, well, clearly they know what they're doing. That guy looks badass. So he sits down with you. He's like, well, I'm so glad you guys can help me. So the problem is my husband. He works for Astra Arms as well. And he went on a mission in one of the war zones, delivering a shipment of arms, and I haven't heard from him since. until I got a ransom note the other day.
Oh,
And yes, and I can't afford that ransom. I'm only a corporate VP. I don't make that kind of money, but I do make enough money that Alexandra told me that you guys could help me.
I see. So you're friends with Alexandra?
We're colleagues.
I see.
People don't really have that many friends at Astro Arms. I mean, me and Zand, that's my husband, we're exceptions.
Gotcha.
I see.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if you were actually friends, she would not have sent you to us, but we'll do the best we can.
Absolutely. Can we see the note, or was it electronic, or?
It was electronic. He sends it over to you, and it's a hologram with a picture of Zand, who looks quite terrified. He's like chained to a chair with like plastic rope, and he looks like he's been beat up. He's not like permanently damaged, but they've clearly softened him up a little. And there's a distorted electronic voice that just says, deliver some absurdly large amount, like a mega credit or something, to this location, or you'll never see your husband alive.
Wow. Why do you think they think that you have that kind of money?
Well, I work for Astrarms.
That's true.
Astrarms is an ethical corporation, but it's understood that there's a certain amount of breakage that happens. So, yeah.
Now, are you strictly looking for us to deliver the ransom, or are you trying to not have to actually pay the ransom?
I'm hoping to not pay the ransom. I'm hoping you can get my husband back for me alive.
So more of a search and rescue extraction.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we need some sort of some way to track these people down. This does seem tricky.
Well, he's more than willing to give you what assets of the company he has access to.
Right.
So,
yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Has anyone tried to hack or analyze this electronic transmission? Get any sense of where it came from and who might have sent it?
well, you're there. You might even have a hand computer, right?
Right.
Oh, true.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be a tech skill thing? Because
Yeah,
do that
definitely. I think it's going to be a wit roll here.
okay, so shall we say I have? Okay, so we say I now have a tech kit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, that's
Really fancy at the restaurant with a tech kit.
It's in a briefcase. It looks professional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm
All right, so this will be a flat roll for me, unfortunately. So let's see what happens. And the first roll is a 9.
Okay,
Nice.
very good. You learn a couple of things. First, you've got a pretty decent track back via the various satellites and servers they bounced it off, so that you think you could at least pinpoint the network it came from, and maybe that would be a place where you could profitably attack their security systems. The other thing you notice is that there's been a message sent to everybody else in the restaurant's phone with a coded transmission that you can't read. But at this point, you notice people are sort of filing out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I should have done this here, but oh well.
I'll put down my creme space brulee and I will get my gun handy and start watching the exits.
Okay. I think maybe we should leave too. We should leave too. This doesn't seem like.
So you have to picture poor Michelle is like leaning over her lobster, like,
Right.
what?
Okay,
Oh, come on!
Michelle, you know how we always talk about the finely honed sense of danger that.
That doesn't seem to work for you guys because you're always in danger.
Well, but we survived.
But we always sense it. And right now we're sensing it.
Yeah, we have a 100% no ambush rate so far, and we're not going to let that drop.
Exactly.
All right, fine. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And so, Brian, it sounded like you were the one on alert.
Yes.
So, Harper, why don't you give me a grit roll? It'll be fun, I promise. It won't be fun. I promise.
I have a grit 1 now because I learned my lesson when I learned that. All right. $12.
12 is amazingly good. That's a critical hit, so that's cool. Let's see how they want to do this. All right, cool. So you actually see the drone that's coming up through the window before anyone else does, and before the drone can arm its weapons.
Ah. All right. I will raise the alarm.
In the traditional Rovers fashion, by shooting the thing that's alarming you.
Yes, I'll shoot the thing that's alarming me. Yeah, while making that noise they made in the second Body Snatchers movie, kind of a. Let's see how that goes. And this is it might we do for shooting?
Yeah, this would be might.
And I'm still 0 on that, which is just galling because I read the Google transcript and saw Steve saying we need someone who can fight. And I was like, oh man.
Wow.
Wah, wah.
It's not
But
so
we
much
really
that
do
we
need someone that can fight.
I mean, we've been doing all right with the running away.
It's true.
Are you willing to spend some strain on this?
Oh man.
Because that's a flat 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
It's falling flat, yes.
It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't also involve some kind of bad thing happening to us. Yes, I will use one of my precious strain points.
Don't forget, you guys can always rest to get strain back during the game. It's
True,
just-
we have to remember to do that.
yeah, I'll just advance the
Yeah,
job
but-
clock.
Costs money.
All right. Come on. 8, much better.
Cool. Did you just re-roll, or did you roll an extra die?
Oh, I just re-rolled.
Yeah,
So I
no,
had
you.
4. Let me try that again. So
yeah.
just roll 1 more die.
Yeah.
That's great. So I got a 6.
That's fun. Okay, cool. Cool. So what happens is you shoot the drone, which is great until you realize that you must have hit one of the grab thrusters, because it starts spiraling into the restaurant, shatters the window, and is like rolling over the tables, crushing stuff. Now it's weapons arm, and it starts firing machine gun bullets everywhere. Why don't you take a die of harm, and yeah. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I am diving underneath a table.
This is a good plan.
Yeah, cover sounds good.
Okay. Also, you all simultaneously get the same transmission. Good afternoon. This is the Vorex City Command Authority. You are being notified of this message now because the party that is attempting to kill you has paid for the extra surprise package.
Wow.
You are reminded that any property and or damage to civilians that exceeds your bond threshold may be subject to criminal penalties.
I hate this planet. Let's get out of here.
Expense account, expense account.
Have a nice day and good luck.
Man, God, we should have chosen. Who chose this place? We should have picked a dive bar. God.
Shell.
Michelle is under the table. She's stuffing her face with a lobster.
Yeah, and you made her wear a gown.
She wanted to wear the gown.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she did.
Yeah, she wanted to dress nicely just for once in like 3 years.
All right, so what's your plan, guys?
Michael, can you get this thing under control? I mean, Malik.
Yeah, I can. I'm just going down the equipment list. Creasy might have some kind of. I've got the tech. Yeah, I already have the tech kit, so
Yeah,
we assume that it's got some kind of like.
Yeah, if you want to just like run up and do something to it, I don't think I'll need a tech roll. I'll need a grit roll to act under fire as you run at it. While it's spewing machine gun bullets and stuff.
Right. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that was a 5.
Well, that's entertaining. Why don't you take a die of damage?
Okay. So how does that work exactly? Do I just roll 1 die?
Yeah, just roll one die.
I just want to point out that you can use strain and roll an extra die if you want to get a better result.
Oh, and does that do I replace the low die? Is that how that works?
You roll 1 more die and you add it.
Oh, okay. Also another thing, unless I took any special things, I have 10 hit points. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right.
But you could take armor as part of your load, and you have a heavy load, I think you said.
Yes.
But you went to a restaurant when heavy load?
Yeah, I was about to say, could I have worn a... Yeah, I don't know if I could have worn the full gear into a fancy restaurant. Right. I might have taken like some light, like a light armor-proof, like dinner jacket sort of thing. But that would be the most I could see myself justifying.
Right.
Well, why don't you add that strain die there?
Okay. So, and again, how do I take strain? Is that just
So you have 2 strain, I think. Your first level, right? 1 turn.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll have 2 strain. It's on the character sheet. It was like right under your turn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
So every time you can check one of those off, and then you just add another d6 to your roll.
Okay. I'll mark them that I've used one of those 2 strain points, and I'll give myself. I'll just re-roll that 1. We'll just remember I have a 5 so far, and then that's more like it.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to go.
For some reason, I am not seeing.
You might want to maybe take your dice and move them closer to the center.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've got
it can be off of.
How's that? Am I back on?
You see him, Catherine?
Oh, I see. You're way off on the side for me.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't keep the screen blown up. Okay, cool. Wow, yeah. So that's obviously much better.
I've got an 11 total now.
So it's a 12, right?
11.
11. Okay, cool. So the 11 means that you do this heroic thing of getting to it. I am assuming something super badass, like jumping up on tables and landing on top of this thing, and then hog tying it down to the floor and ripping out its central processor unit or something. But something like that. Whatever the special effects guys have a budget for this week.
Man.
So cool. So the drone is down. As far as you know, there's nobody else attacking you. Steinman, how you doing?
Hey.
Oh no.
So you're at the ship, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you see a small drone flying straight at the ship.
Okay, you couldn't have for 2 surprise package, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shit. I'll run.
I'll activate the ship's weaponry. Wait.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
We are a ship of peace.
Yep. I'm going to run for inside the ship. I assume that was outside, probably touching up the paint because I'm tired of people telling that our ship is doesn't look like anything.
Okay. Why don't you give me a grit roll here?
Yep. 2d6. I think I have just one grit. Yep, that's a 6.
Well then.
Man, what is our problem today?
The bad guys are good for once. That's it. That's just it.
Okay. If you're gonna let that 6 stand, then this
Yep.
is what happens. You start running towards the ship. It opens up with its autocannons, so you have to like come to a screeching stop before you can even get close to the airlock. Much to your chagrin and horror, the autocannon proceeds to chew up all the new paint job on that side of the ship.
Oh,
No.
But with the drone standing guard there, it'd be very difficult for you to get to the airlock without something changing because it just has the thing dead covered to rights.
mm.
All right.
You're probably at this point getting frantic calls from your from your fellow crew members.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't have time to answer them right now, though.
Why doesn't he
Okay,
answer?
what-
God.
All these little text messages. Pick up! Pick up!
Okay, I don't even. Well, I think I will have at least took a laser weapon with me outside. So, laser gun. I'm firing. That's it.
Okay, cool.
So it's might. Where's the reroll? I'm still figuring out how all the roll for the party things work. Reroll. There we go. 6, 7. I managed a 7.
Nice.
This is like super great.
Cool. So why don't you do some damage and then take some damage?
Yay. So first one's gonna be the damage I deal, which is a 2.
And that's with a laser, so that's good.
And I take 4.
That's less good.
And I'm sorry, I know I asked this last time. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. With the 2 armor boxes from the load, does that get used up?
No, that's not ablative. That's
Okay,
just check it
it's
off.
wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
the penalty there is eating your load more than anything else.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you peg the drone, but it fires back at you, and you get clipped by one of the 20mm rounds.
Ouch.
Yeah. Probably around this time, you all of you get a simultaneous video call. And
Don't
when
think I'll answer it.
okay, does anybody answer it?
Yeah, I'll pick up.
All right. So you see a handsome, but his handsomeness is somewhat mitigated by the fact that he's clearly aware of how handsome he is. Guy in a cape with a sword in his belt. And he says, "Hi, my name is Garth. This is Alice." And he points to this woman standing behind him and like, "Oh, and that's Koresh." And there's this 8-foot tall, 4-armed bear-like alien. "I am the cook."
What the hell?
I'm afraid, well, am I talking to Nixodoxus?
I am indeed Nicodoxus Voracugus Beaufonchon Wolfschlag Harkout Fomon the 12th of Pelagot. And are you responsible for this drone which has interrupted my dinner?
Yes, actually. I'm so sorry I had to surprise you, but consider this call a professional courtesy. I have an enormous amount of respect for your work, Nix, but I'm afraid my employer has insisted that I kill you and bring some of you in alive. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say who I want to bring in alive.
I guess you find out when we don't kill us.
Right.
I must say.
Hey, is that Malax? Wow, you were not on the original dossier. All right, well, that's
I
okay.
guess I make the live cut then.
Yeah, there's a bonus. There's a bonus structure. It's very
hell.
generous, actually.
So this is completely unrelated to the people that kidnapped.
Zand, yeah,
Um,
completely unrelated. It's very obvious from their look that these guys are fellow rovers.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, are you authorized to explain exactly why you're trying to kill us?
Nope.
I mean, is
We-
there anything? Is there any sort of demand that they're making? I mean, is there any way we can persuade them not to have us killed? Because we very much prefer not to be killed.
Well, you see, what you would have to do there is give me a good reason that I should break my contract, trigger the penalty clauses, and these guys know how to write a contract. The penalty clauses are severe. And also, then there's an opportunity cost. Alice, how far did we book this in advance? You're like 2 weeks, Garth. Yeah, so
We weren't even on the planet 2 weeks ago. How could anybody? We hadn't even planned on. We didn't even have the contract to come here 2 weeks ago.
what can I tell you?
Well, actually, I guess we did have the contract 2 weeks ago, but like you would have had to get a hyperspace message.
My employer.
Would this happen? Would this happen to be an imperial government contract by any chance?
You know, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mhm.
12, just hang up on him. Hang up on him. Let's.
Okay.
Be
need to-
seeing it. Click.
Yeah. Ha! He probably hated that.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys en route back to the Lady of Camelot?
Yeah, if running as fast as possible or taking whatever available transportation there is there a are there like hover speeders or maglev rail or whatever the fastest way is to get back to the
Probably, your average flying cab.
yeah, right, excellent.
So, the robot pulls up. It's like, where to, Mac? I have been programmed in this way.
Excellent. It makes me feel like I'm at home. Back to the dock.
Okay, you want me to step on it?
Yes, step on it.
Step on it incurs a 42 credit fine extra cost.
42.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, we have credits now. That's right. Forgot about that.
So
We're not
you
totally
guys
broke.
are zipping down to the
Yeah,
airport. Meanwhile, what is poor Arnold doing?
Okay, quickly taking cover because I can't afford to stay there. I'm going to try to call Michelle.
Okay.
We're all
Yeah,
jammed in the back of the cab.
you see her, she's got something wrapped in an expensive napkin. Like, Dad, what is it?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt your dinner, Sui, but I have a Model T9020 combat drone attacking me. Do you know if there's a range on that so I can get the person controlling it or something like that?
Those things run off the planetary data grid usually, so they could be anywhere, but they're vulnerable if you can attack them from the left side.
Right.
There's a
Thank you.
flaw in the armor near one of the exhaust ports.
Is that the drone's theft or his theft?
What?
The drone's theft or his theft?
The drone's left, I think.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
Okay.
both that.
And it's an important distinction.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, well, I
Well,
know,
that
but
takes away my 6. All right.
all right. So I'm going to take her advice and run to the left side of the drone and shoot.
Okay. Why don't we call this a wit roll? And if it
No.
works, you'll just take it down, probably, because you've got a laser weapon.
Anything but wits.
I know. It's my job to be
7.
cool. Cool. A 7. All right. Let me. Okay. Um. So, you managed to crouch down under some packing crates or something and swing around. The drone is clearly looking for you. And then you pop up. You nail it right near the exhaust port. You see it start to spin out of control, and it's clearly been disabled, and it smacks right into the side of the ship and explodes. And
Okay.
there's some hull damage. You don't know how
No,
severe, but
no.
Okay. I am going to use my lucky talent. So
Oh,
I'm going. When I see that he's crashing, I'm running to the ship and pressing a switch to activate the shields at the last second.
I like it. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so then it bounces off and there's no hull damage.
oh, thank God.
It lands on somebody's cargo. Oops.
Right, great.
Yeah.
Somebody else they're gonna add themselves to the list of people that hate us.
The ever-growing list.
We just keep a sign-up sheet by the airlock. By the way, Silas Port piled into the cab with you guys.
Yeah, and I mean,
Is this part of the rescue mission?
yeah, absolutely. We're gathering intelligence.
Wow. I didn't think intelligence was this scary. By the way, we make those. They're really an excellent, affordable model. They're kind of an entry-level drone, but they're really reliable, except for that exhaust port thing.
Yeah, we might have to pick up a few of those.
All right, so you guys arrive at the ship with where the shields are up, much to your surprise.
Yeah, and there's some burning wreckage nearby. It's like,
So it's normal.
yes.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
We call it Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday is the explosions, right? All right, so what's your plan, guys? I mean, you have a paying job. By the way, it pays. It's a 2-credit a rover job because it's a risky job to go into a war zone.
Ooh, that's a good payday.
You also have somebody trying to kill you. I mean, on purpose this time.
Right, but if we go into a war zone, maybe they'll be. I mean, maybe their contract doesn't cover hazard pay.
Right.
So it might be the safest place for us.
I agree.
That's the kind of thinking that thinks throwing a nuke out as a distraction is a good plan.
It was a good plan.
It was an awesome plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I told some folks that don't even play games about that scene, and they're like, "That sounds fun."
All right. So I take it you're taking off.
Yeah, let's get out of this.
In the face of the penalty clauses from the ship, and the starport's like, "Hey, you! It looks like you're attempting to leave early without permission. That will be a 1-credit fine. Thank you."
Oh
Man,
yeah,
this
they
planet.
have something like that.
It's bleeding us dry.
I'm just gonna call that a wedge on the job clock. It's all opportunity cost.
Man.
All right, so you can fly down towards the war zone. That's not a problem.
Let's definitely have our cloaking device on, huh?
Yeah, definitely have the cloaking device on, and we might want to have a more specific destination than war zone. So if we can see if we can come up with some with like a better location for the where the hostage might be, that would be
a little
good.
more specific. Yeah.
Yes, slightly more specific.
Who is doing what to find that out?
Who is the best of us at this?
The wittiest?
It depends really how we do this.
Yep.
Malax, didn't you get like the network they send the ransom from?
Yeah, I was able to trace at least to the initial network that the message was transmitted through.
That might give us a clue. At least narrow it down.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess
that's definitely worth an advantage. So you'll make the roll at +1.
Oh, fantastic. And this will be a what roll?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's an 11.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're able to pin down the general location. It's in a city, let's call it Mirza,
Mirza. All right.
and it's been pretty badly bombed out and fought over, and is still actively being fought over. You know, people with a history background are calling it the third Stalingrad. So,
Awesome.
well, the second was Grey War 6. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a lot of infrastructure left, probably.
Nope. But there's some underground structure. There's the ruins of a starport, but everybody's bombed the hell out of that thing.
Maybe we should join them. Can you somehow get us underground? Well,
You mean without crashing?
yes, yeah. Not a sky ground interface disaster, like an actual
An actual landing with us being alive afterward.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can get. I mean, if we get a landing site, I can land us. But so let's see. So we're going to try to find a below ground landing site. Is that the plan?
Yeah, maybe something that we can. Yeah, obviously big enough to accommodate the ship. Maybe some kind of underground transportation depot that's not used anymore, or basement type situation.
Okay. All right. That's okay. There seems to be some background noise coming from one of you. That's okay. All right. So that's find an inconspicuous spot where we can lie low and then the ship there.
All right, that sounds kind of witty to me.
Okay. So,
Just trying to know how can I assist because I in my smuggling days maybe I knew like some kind of infrastructure that will usually be used to get goods underground. Maybe maybe not on that planet. I don't know how much time we've been in a war zone, but
So how are you doing that? Are you using your connection ability, or are you just trying to like think of a way to make this happen?
yeah, just think about our zone perspective.
Yeah, the problem is I can't see any way to make that not a wit roll, so it's kind of a wit roll. But if you succeed, you'll give 12 a bonus.
All right. I was joking. I have nothing against wit rolls. 9. The wit
9.
rolls listen to me.
All right, cool. So 12, you can take an extra +1 there.
all right.
Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to roll for the landing, and okay, 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus extra 1, 13. It is a fantastic landing.
You
you are all amazed.
You find a burnt out department store basically, and just fly through the atrium and land in the sub basement.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. Yeah, there's faded holographic mannequins, and it's pretty dismal and desolate. But the ship is now buried there. I guess you can leave the cloak running if you want or something. just gonna go full Star Trek 4. There's gonna be a whale. It's gonna be awesome, guys.
All right, good. We have a good place to, a good headquarters now, a safe place.
Yeah.
Safe.
Right. I mean, yeah. Until the next time one of us rolls a 7. But we still don't exactly know where they might be holding our target, right?
No, you'll need to do actual reconnaissance in the city now.
Okay. Oh man, we should have handcrafted some personal cloaking devices last time. That would have been a useful item.
Well, next time you're on a magic tech planet, you can consider that. There are several. There are several nearby.
Tech level 13 or whatever.
Yeah. No, anything that's tech level 7 on the chart in the if you look on the map, anything with the last number is a 7, that's Magitech. It's just above normal science fiction levels.
Oh, cool.
There are a bunch of worlds. That's what makes the Drazen Republic interesting. They're very high tech.
Yeah,
They
that's
probably
right.
have First Empire tech. Oh no. Speaking of
what's-
which, you might be wanting to pay them a call. Since the Drazens don't seem to actively want you dead.
Yeah, exactly. That seems like a nice place to be. We should go there next.
Yeah, instead of a very, very imperial world.
Right.
I think I will take your suggestion though, and I'm going to modify my special weapon to be armor piercing.
All right. Okay then. So what's the next play here, Rovers?
Right. So I say we try to take the stealth approach and see if there's any good spot left in the city to actually won't harbor someone.
What was the last part?
To have someone to, if there's still an habitable place that it could be held up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we might have to do some social engineering maybe and ask around.
Oh no.
Oh, or read their minds, as the case may be. How does it work on the rest again for us to get strain back?
You take a rest. That will also heal you back some hit points.
Could we have done that on the trip to the war zone?
Yeah, or probably now. You can take a breather. You guys
Okay.
need it. So let's see. Damage and healing. Da da da. Da, 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 da. When you take a rest, you get to roll 1 die for each of your unspent strain and recover that much hit points. And then you reset your strain. You can also use a first aid kit to get yourself healed more.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you, what happens if your strain is 0? Can you not recover hit points?
If you have no unspent strain, then yeah, you don't recover hit points on that rest. You
Gotcha.
I mean, I guess somebody could first aid you. So.
Okay.
So if anybody is down in hit points, you can try and heal those back, and you'll reset your strain, and I will advance some clocks. Click, 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 tick, tick.
Clickety click click click.
It's not ominous. What do you mean? It's not ominous. It's not
Not
ominous
at
at all.
All right. You guys ready to head out?
Yep.
Are we leaving Michelle behind?
I don't know. I don't want to leave my girl alone in the war zone, even if it's on a ship.
We left her alone in an enemy asteroid base, crawling with Imperials.
Yeah, well,
she's tough as nails.
yeah, I know. So worried. Well, okay. Well, Michelle, what do you think? You want to come or stay?
I think she wants to go with you, Dad. Yeah.
All
She
right.
doesn't quite feel safe.
Father-daughter excursion, the war
Yeah,
zone.
yeah. That's
Bonding time.
Daddy-daughter day.
I think it's a
Yeah.
terrible idea, but
Awesome. Of course, it's a terrible idea, but let's find out.
yeah.
All right. So you set out into the burnt-out streets of Mirza. I'm. What's everybody's load? Just so I know. I'm assuming it's mostly heavy, right?
Heavy
Yep.
load.
Yeah, probably.
Mine is, what is it, medium? Is that what it's called?
There's light, normal,
Normal.
heavy, and encumbered.
I'll do normal for mine.
Okay. So everyone else looks like you've come loaded for bear.
The war zone.
Yeah, no. And so you guys are searching for an hour or so, and you kind of stumble into an old underground maglev station. And at the bottom is a kind of bizarre / black market / trading fair.
Oh,
Where the dusty and starving inhabitants of the city come to trade what goods they have.
let's check it out, guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm picturing something out of Enemy at the Gates mixed with a little Mad Max flavor. So
Right.
Oh,
I mean, who knows?
By the way, the person who gave us the job is with us, right?
oh yeah,
Oh, good
Silas, yeah. Unless you want to leave him on the ship.
Oh, I don't really trust leaving him on the ship by himself.
Yeah.
What if he presses
Yeah.
buttons?
He looks like he wants to come with us.
Oh my God, we have a convoy again.
4, 5, 6 people. Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
So it's like, tell us if you recognize anybody. Anybody?
This kind of isn't my
Remind me of-
crowd, but all right.
Exactly. If you do recognize somebody, they're probably the kidnappers.
Yeah, that actually is smart. Okay, yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? There are a lot of people here, and none of them are trying to shoot you yet. So,
It's like,
Well,
It's
we've
like
only been
paradise.
here a couple of minutes.
is there anything, since it is a black market, is there anything that you guys specifically want to actually purchase from here?
Weapon for the ship.
For the ship, for yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, mostly
trying to-
I think we want information.
okay then. Why don't somebody make me a wit roll then to see if you can find somebody willing to talk to you?
All right.
And just a second. That's an 8.
All right. Yeah, you meet a seedy water seller. He has a Geiger counter that he constantly waves next to his water supply, so everybody knows it's not radioactive. And he says, "Strangers? Well, I'm assuming you mean something other than soldiers. Yeah, I might know where you might find some strangers. Might."
All right. I don't know how it works with the credits. A credit is kind of a lot, right? So can I offer like a fraction of a credit?
Nope.
No. So it's like John Wick. I have to spend my gold coin on this cocktail.
I actually anticipated that, and in Chapter 4, running the game, creds are a somewhat nebulous amount of money. It's not necessarily necessary to work out exchange rates. A lot of the value in a cred is the opportunity cost of using it now instead of later.
I see. All right. Well, I will part with a cred then to get information out of this person.
Oh, well, the Empress Victoria helps me remember a lot of things. Okay. So what he tells you is that there is a 50-story tall tower in the center of town. It used to be 120 stories tall, but war.
Mm.
This is the Chrysax building.
All right.
And he says that he saw a bunch of strangers take up a position about halfway up the building, where they'd have a nice clean field of fire and they could get in and out if they had to by stealthed craft.
And
All right.
is does that building still have network?
Possibly. It's very intermittent here. I mean, the further up you get, the more of a signal you'll probably be able to get from the satellite network, but are you thinking of hacking in and doing stuff?
No.
We do need to think about how we would get in there.
Right. Well, it's like we could take the stealth spaceship overhead and drop down from above using anti-grav belts.
That's true. That's actually pretty good. They
Is there
probably
any way-
wouldn't expect it.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering if there's any way we could hack into. I don't know if there's any. Is it? Is there any kind of still any kind of citywide infrastructure here, like electrical grids or security cameras, or anything like that, or is it basically a entirely self-contained location?
There's some. It's spotty. So I think the thing to do is let's maybe roll the die of fate if I can get Dillywise kidding up.
Die of fate.
Yeah.
Just wondering if there's any way to even I'm just trying to figure out where if there's any information we can get.
So since I rolled a 1,
Oh,
nope, the Chrysax building is in the middle of the dead zone in the city.
okay.
That may be why they chose it.
Right. Now, if I were holding a hostage captive in there, well, it's a big building, right? How many stories is it?
It's 50 stories tall now.
50. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Our mark could be anywhere in there.
He did say that he saw them setting up shop about halfway up.
Yep.
Okay.
So roughly the 25th floor.
Roughly.
Okay.
Man. So if we drop in through the top, wow, 25 floors.
Anything in the among the holograms or ransom that might help us get ideas of where he was holed up?
That's
Yeah.
very techy and witty. I mean, certainly you can have Michelle try and pull this up for you.
Right.
So Misha has a 9.
Cool. Yeah. When you look at the floor plans are not the same for every floor, so you kind of narrowed it down to 2 or 3 floors in the middle of the building.
Okay.
And you've got, an actual room that you're pretty, you could point at the room on the floor plan where you think they must have recorded this.
Ah, nicely
Right.
done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll go up a company that used to be there or something like that.
How did they God, I keep forgetting. What is the name of our the guy with us that hired us?
Silas
Oh,
Usiva.
Silas, how did they say they would get in touch with you in order for you to pay them?
Oh, they wanted to do a meet at an expensive restaurant back in the capital city.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
That's a terrible idea. Yeah.
So Malex, you're the one with the military senses. You're pretty sure that there's this Faraday-looking woman who's been following you guys.
I think we're being trailed.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of looking like she's looking at stalls and stuff, but she definitely seems to be keeping an eye on you guys.
Yes, the discerning it's the discerning fruit chopper in at 6 o'clock. She's actually eyeing us over.
All right, I'll try to fall back and get her between us.
All right.
Okay, why don't you give me a grit roll then?
Okay. +1. Okay. 7.
Okay. So you're swinging around to try and put yourself between her and the rest of the group, and she looks up, shouts into her wristband, "Earth, I've been made!" and takes a pot shot at you. Why don't you take a die of damage here?
Oh man.
However, she can't get away yet. She's kind of like, she took time to take the shot at you, so she's trying to struggle her way through the stalls, and people are screaming and hitting the deck, and a couple of the big bodyguard types at the front are moving towards you guys.
Man, I kind of would like to know who this person is. I don't know if I want to.
Do you need help capturing her, or do you want us on the bodyguards that's training us?
I think the bodyguards. I'll try to manhandle her to the ground.
Given that she yelled for Garth, this is a pretty good bet that this must be Alice.
Oh no, these guys already? Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. Well, if it's Alice, then I should just shoot her.
Who's Alice?
She was the one standing next to the guy that sent us the drone surprise package when they sent us the video.
Right. Okay.
Garth and Alice. I always use them as my average mercs in games.
Really?
Yeah, I think I started it. I was playing Dungeon World. I was running Keep on the Borderlands, and there's these 2 men-at-arms in there that you can find. And so when they found them, I'm like, yeah, their names are Garth and Alice.
That's excellent. Yeah, I'm going to. I mean, these guys are trying to kill us. They're trying to capture us. They won't really negotiate. They won't listen to reason. I'm gonna try to shoot her.
Okay. Why don't you give me a might roll?
Oh, come on. I will use a point of strain, which is appropriate because I'm feeling strained right now. There we go. 12.
Yeah, 12 is much better. Well, do your armor-piercing damage, and
All right. Five.
Okay.
A boom.
Yeah, so she felt that you probably got her, and you seem to have gotten her pretty good in the leg because she starts to limp away, and realizing that she can't run now, she like rolls under some of the stalls, so she gets out of line of sight. But you definitely slowed her down. Meanwhile, the bodyguards are moving in towards you. I think they're zooming right at Malex because
I look like I'm not to be messed with.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So I'm eyeing over the special weapons attributes, and I can pick like armor piercing, spray, heavy, and plus range. So I hear that spray doesn't work that great. Am I hearing that right?
Spray is good for multiple targets. It's just,
Which we have.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too multiple because we are in a marketplace full of innocent bystanders. But yeah, let's go ahead and say my multiple weapon. I'll give spray a roll. See how it works out for me.
Give me a might roll here.
Okay. Ooh, this one I get a +1. Delightful. And it's a good thing I got a +1 because that brings me up to 7.
All right, cool. So the procedure here would be to roll 3d and apply 1 die to each target. There are 2 bodyguards, so
All
you're effectively keeping best of 3.
Let me get one more die in here. All right. So comes the damage. Looks like 5 is my best roll.
Nice.
All
2
right,
5s.
so you're gonna do 2 5s. So wow, yeah, they feel that. So when you open up with your turbo laser or whatever the hell this thing is.
Turbo laser sounds good to me.
Yeah, so they get zapped pretty good. They hit the deck. At this point, everybody's hitting the deck. And at this point, also a grab bike comes zooming down the subway entrance. On the back of it is Garth in battle armor, his cape streaming out majestically behind him.
So beautiful.
He sweeps down, reaches down. Alice grabs his hand. He swings her up onto the bike. What are you guys gonna do?
You know how much I hate machinery. So that's gonna be tricky. Okay, I'm going to be armed with a rifle and try to shoot the grab bike.
That's a good idea.
Shall I make that a laser pack? That will be like lots of load.
What are you doing?
No, just rifle.
Oh yeah, there was work to be done today.
So that will be might.
Yep.
I would like sunshine.
No.
Oh no.
Okay, I am going to add a dice. I'm gonna spend a spring. 4 is not enough.
7, right?
8. I got +1.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
That's
okay.
much better.
Cool.
We're in the middle of spring though, because
So you're shooting it with a rifle
6 inches of
or a
snow.
laser rifle? Important.
Oh my god.
I didn't hear the question. I just had a.
Did you decide rifle on the end there?
Yep.
Okay. Well, roll me some damage.
Just on dice. 3.
Yeah, that's odd. That's
Okay.
really odd. But there's no such thing as climate change.
This thing
That's
is
fine.
surprisingly well armored. It may be packing a shield. So it doesn't take that much damage, but you
How
do
have you been
nick
this
the
far?
paint.
Vengeance is yours.
Garth looks down, snarls. He's so mad. But clearly noticing that there's 4 of you and one of you has a turbo laser, he turns around and jets out of there.
Wow. I just stare in awe.
Aw.
That's what you guys could be if you rove well enough.
Someday. Someday. Man. That's a space country song waiting to happen right there. Gonna work on that.
Okay. But for now, nobody is trying to kill you. I take it you hot-footed out of there.
Yeah, let's retreat back. Should we retreat back to the ship, guys?
Yep. If that's still our best option. About what floor do we think it is? Is this more on the lower floors or higher
It's
floors?
somewhere between the 23rd and the 27th floor.
Okay, so right smack in the middle.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, it
could-
used to be in the lower 4th of the building, but
Right.
All right. So we can drop with grav belts, assuming they don't spot us. We have a cloak, I know, but we never failed, right?
I mean, if you do that,
I'll-
somebody probably needs to be in the ship to keep it in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can just land it on the roof. What could go wrong?
Well, if there even is a roof, it's missing the top
Let's see.
50 floors.
Yeah.
So
There's
Another
Well,
option.
eventually there's a solid part.
looking
True.
at the satellite imagery. There is a floor. There's a spot you could land on the roof. It doesn't look super stable, but it would probably take the weight of the ship for a while at least.
okay.
Nobody would be expecting it.
Oh yeah, we'd
I mean,
swoop in like the
that's
Spanish
the
Inquisition.
characteristic of all our best plans. Nobody would expect anybody to do anything that stupid.
Exactly. It's our strong point.
You'd have to be crazy to follow us to this asteroid field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So this sounds like a good spot to maybe take a 5-minute break,
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Mhm.
and then when we get back, we'll try the assault on the Chrysax building.
Sounds good.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Here you
Sorry.
go.
What's this does? Oh,
Mama likes Google Draw. Yeah, let's make that look a little more even. So hey, this is the Chrysax building floor plans.
Oh, but tomorrow I get to
Let's call this.
bring some
Oops.
chicken.
24. And 28. So those gray blobs are supposed to be the grav elevator shafts. So they're just these gigantic shafts that run the entire length of the building, and little grav elevator cars would go up along the sides. Those don't work anymore. The green area in the center is supposed to be some kind of garden atrium that's probably like 5 floors through at a time. That's probably not there anymore. The big area on the right side was supposed to be a common area / mall. The little boxes were offices, and the big boxes were apartments. And let's see. Let's see if I can do this. So the ones that I'm marking in red are the ones that you think are the most likely candidates for the video I've been recorded.
okay. Oh man, I hope this place is mostly abandoned. Suddenly had a vision of that movie Dread in my head. I was very scared.
All right, guys. So what's your plan? I'm sure it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like it's one of those things.
I believe in
that
you
I
guys.
have to start doing more of on my regular
So we
rotation
still
too.
trying the
There's
rooftop
the
approach.
temporary.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think so. And then drop down the outside of the building using grav belts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will need you to give me a grit roll to make the landing. I'm going to have to ask you to take -1 on that roll.
Okay.
I know I'm harsh, but like I said, this landing is particularly dangerous.
All right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take strain.
Okay.
Let's- Okay, so that's a 10. That should be good. That should be good enough to make the landing.
All right. Yeah. So there's like a lot of high winds, and then you, excuse me, you see that where you were going to land is like precariously balanced, so you're able to move up slightly. But yeah, this
Yeah.
whole thing
I
kind of.
mean, we bounce a couple of times, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm meant for that to happen.
Absolutely. So yeah, everything is creaking and moaning, and as the ship's weight settles on what's left of the floors up here, you can hear shuddering in the building. But for now, it stands.
All
So,
right.
who's going on this mission? I take it you're going to probably drop down through the grav shafts with your air raft, your AG belt.
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Okay.
Right. Well, they might be expecting us to come through the grav shafts. It might make more sense to drop down the outside of the building and smash in through the window.
She
Ooh.
doesn't get written consent for
It'll be louder
procedures.
though.
She doesn't talk to the
Well, yeah,
patients.
that'll throw us
She
out.
doesn't
That'll
go
throw them
over
out.
wound
Just throw
care
them off
instructions.
guard.
She doesn't talk about
All right.
medication
Yeah.
counseling.
I'll definitely
She
do that.
doesn't want. She just starts doing biopsies without having to take photos before
Okay.
we do the biopsy. She's a goddamn mess.
So who? I guess Malix, I imagine, will be going.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Or Malix, excuse me. Now I'm mispronouncing my name. Malix.
That happens.
Malix sounds like Malox.
That's a little bit, yeah.
Malix, yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think we
Right.
should leave the client and Michelle back in the ship.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to spend a loan to give a weapon to
Handling it
Michelle.
when
if
the
it
electives
comes
were
in.
literally given to me.
All right.
Oh yeah, load. I guess we should just assume we're all armored up and everything, right?
Yeah, I would guess
Yeah.
you
I
guys.
mean, I think heavy load probably.
Sure.
Okay. You have 3 likely floors. Which one are you going to try and attempt first so I know? And then I'll be needing some rolls from people.
Right. Well, I mean, when we get closer, maybe we want to use the psionics to see if we can narrow it down to the right floor.
Yeah, if we want to, yeah, if we can get to any one of these 3 floors, I might be able to sense them.
Yeah.
So let's start
I
by
don't
the 28th.
Sounds
Yeah.
like now I begin to understand why you make Nix your captain. So cool. All right. So, who's leading this expedition? Because that's who I'll put. That's who I'll ask the roll from.
Well, I think Malax is taking point.
Okay then.
I mean,
Now
I don't know.
I think order is important after that, but we'll start there. Hey, Malix, why don't you give me a grit roll?
Okay.
Saying, go to nursing school.
Okay. Let's let me strain that one out a bit.
Because
I just rolled a 6.
Okay.
And now the total is much better, 10.
Okay, 10.
Nice.
Cool. So the winds and the various bits of metal that project out from the building, these are all really terrible. So there's a couple of antsy moments there that really require you to call upon your reserves, but you do get down there. Let's see now. 23. Let me draw something in here. Are you taking you're going to 28 or?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll drop down to 29,
Okay.
and then we'll see if we can
And likewise on
tell if anybody is in the room from there. I mean, we'll be a little too high for them to see us out the window, but close enough for psionic contact, and see if we can narrow down to which floor they're on.
All right. That sounds like a job for Harper.
Okay. All right. This is, so that is +1. Okay. Oh my God! What is the deal today?
And you had to burn strain to even get that.
To even do that, yeah. So that leaves me with 1 strain. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Shoot. So my strain is at 0.
No, it's you have 1 strain because you start with 2 and then you leveled up, so you have 3 strain now.
I had 3. Yeah, that's right. All right. So.
See, you got 1 bullet left in that psionic gun there.
I know, and I so want to use it to explode somebody's head. So I hope you guys give me a chance to do that at some point. Oh boy.
What's your wit? It's +1,
1,
right?
So
So that
6.
is a 6.
It's still not enough. Oh my
No,
God.
Yeah.
So I'm like super embarrassed that I can't quite seem to figure out where they are, and I think
it's so much worse than that.
yeah. So I'm like, guys, it's definitely on 26. Definitely on 26.
All right.
So, hey, Harper, the part of the reason why you couldn't do that is you couldn't sense anything in this building whatsoever. There's some kind of psionic jammer here.
Oh, that's not good.
No, you're not even quite sure how that's possible, but
Guys, just so you know, I think they might be wearing really fancy helmets. So if they are, you gotta let me know.
All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
new plan. I guess we're going. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to drop down and look in the windows and see if anybody is in there, and be ready to blow the windows and jump in. Okay, so let's drop down one floor and peek in 28.
so you're going to be on the side with the offices, right, where the red square is?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
In fact, do we have like maybe a mini camera we can just like hold down there, like maybe on a, I don't know, like an extension pole or something?
Oh, good planning, Maddox.
What do you call those things?
Drones.
No,
We'll call it a snake eye.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a one load type thing to have. Sure. Why don't we give the wit roll here a +2, and I'm just gonna roll the die of fate. No reason. Just okay.
Oh, I generated a 10 total.
Oh wow. Okay, that's very good. All right. So you snake your eye down there, and what you notice is that somebody has very cleverly concealed a couple of anti-aircraft missiles in that room.
Oh.
They've got a nice big Astrarms logo on them. You know, I'm sure Silas could tell you the make and model. Actually, Michelle could tell you the make and model. But
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, she reads Jane's armored spacecraft.
I wonder, can the extension go like a couple floors down? Could I potentially check 26 and 24 from where we're at? From 20, from 22?
From what you described, is it like is it like on a wire or something? Or
Yeah, that's what I envisioned. Almost like just like a really thin, like the cameras that they put on tubes to like
fiber optics.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Hmm.
If not, then we can always just lower down a bit.
No, you got a 10. Okay. There is nothing in the office on 26.
26 is clear.
Yeah, on 24, you see somebody has set up a camera, but there's nobody currently in that room.
Okay, there's a camera in 24, but no one's in there right now.
That's weird. They must have just like at the last minute, like just recently, they must just move the entire operation to 24. Because I'm pretty sure they were on 26. But that's good work. That's excellent crossing of the T's and dotting of the I's.
Yeah. So, let's see. How should we proceed then? Shall we enter in? Do we even want to maybe enter on 23 and head upwards?
Right. I think let's go in 29 and head down.
Okay.
I think they're slightly less likely to expect us to be coming from above.
Okay. All right. So, yeah.
Can we have maybe one of those like super sharp laser knives to cut a hole in the floor without making a whole bunch of noise?
It's actually even better. 29th had half of one side of the building ripped off on that level.
Oh, hey,
so you're able to just
I just envision myself like carefully cutting this hole next door. There's like a massive.
Excellent. Well, it'd be great if when we leave, if we could take these any aircraft missiles with us. That would be,
yeah.
that'd be a major coup.
Definitely
yeah,
not go off at any point in this session. Absolutely.
yeah. Do those have nuclear warheads on them by any chance?
We could literally, we could like stick them on the back of the bathroom or something and shoot them at our people who are chasing us to distract them.
If they had a nuke, it would be a micro nuke,
That's true.
just enough to take out a starship.
Right.
So we
Okay.
5 kilotons. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like they may have set traps for us. So let's take this slow and careful and scan the corridors before we enter anything.
Yeah. Let's check for infrared lights and tripwires.
All right. Well, so to get down to 28, you'll have to access the graph shafts. Unfortunately. Yeah. So, I mean, you get up to the edge, you look down, it's just dark. There's now every so often you see some poor solitary abandoned grav car locked onto the side of the shaft, looking all forlorn. The plexiglass windows shot out. War is hell. Yeah.
This place must have been so beautiful back in the day.
Probably it was. Yeah, it looks. It certainly looks high class.
And remember, it's not just the grav shafts that suffer from war. It's also the atriums and the common areas.
Not to mention the food courts ruined.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cue the Sarah McLachlan music.
You guys are terrible.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
We could actually take this episode off of our taxes, I think. This is
Okay, wow. I had no idea that Nyctodoxis was planning to do, architecture of the empire as his retirement project.
13-part documentary. It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do?
How close can we get?
Well, you can drop down one story. It's easy. You've got anti-gravity belts. This shouldn't be any problem whatsoever.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's check if there's any trap in these graphics.
Yeah.
What? No.
You've given us PTSD, man. We're all like, don't hit us, Catherine.
I mean, it just struck me that if they've got anti-aircraft missiles pointed at the windows, they might have machine guns pointed at the grav shaft. It's just a wacky notion I had.
That's true. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. What are we even doing here? This is insane.
Yep, but that's what we do. So I'm going to take my final my final load with the scanner and actually scan the graph shafts.
Okay. Why don't you? That's a pretty witty idea. So why don't you
Yeah.
give me a wit roll?
I should go back to not saying anything and just being greedy when times come.
Do you want Michelle to help you interpret the readings?
No.
You can call her on the ship, I'm sure.
Well, I've got a 7, so I won't borrow her.
All right.
I can do this.
I'm
I don't
sure
have
she'd be
to
proud of you.
always rely on my dollar.
Proud of you, Dad. Proud of you. You learned how to use basic technology. You got the scanner to stop blinking 12 o'clock all the time. Okay, on a 7. Yeah. You're not seeing any weapons around 28, but you pick up the infrared emissions of several sensor arrays.
Okay. So it looks like we won't be able to go there without them noticing.
Could we? What if we had Michelle cause a distraction with the ship on the other side of the
Hey,
building?
they have anti-aircraft missiles in the windows. We're not moving the ship next to them.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, no pain, no gain, no risk, no reward.
We could try to kill the
Right.
pilot.
Well, Well, I mean, we've got explosives. We could just blow a hole in the floor and drop down.
That's true. Some Q-36 breaching charge, sure.
That's true.
And yes, that name was very intentional.
I like it. It'll also, if anybody is directly below, they will be affected by the blast and at least the falling plaster and the noise.
Screaming.
Shock and awe. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna set the Q-36 explosive?
What kind of challenge would you say that is?
I'll go ahead since it was my idea.
If you take a long time, it's wit. If you try and do it fast and sure, it's grit.
Take your time.
I think with explosives, I am generally not in a big hurry.
Except when we're turning out nukes.
Okay, so let's see. Let's look for the location. I think. Let's see. I think that let's do it sort of in between the grav shafts outside of the sort of catty corner to the office that with the missiles in it, so we can drop down and get a look at the office, get the drop on anybody who's.
Well, wait. Are we dropping into 28 or are we dropping to 24?
You're on 29 right now. So
we're on 29.
Yeah.
Right.
So about where I put that black dot is where you want the blast?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's all right. So that's okay, everybody. Here goes the big kaboom.
Earth-shattering kaboom.
Yeah. Okay. So
You know
there's.
what? I just want to say we've had a really good run, and not every mission can be a success. Sometimes you just gotta walk away from stuff. So I'm thinking this is gonna go great, but just in case it doesn't, nobody should feel bad. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. Kaboom, and it's a 12.
Nice. That's the way to start things off.
Yeah.
It is a perfect breaching charge. Okay. So yeah, you blow a hole nice and clean through the floor. It kind of looks like the cutout in the opening of Brazil. Just bang, a perfect circle drops down.
Nice.
So what do you guys do next?
I mean, drop down, scan the area. Are there any enemies?
Okay. Why don't you give me a grit roll there then? It sounds like Nix, you led the way, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be close behind him.
Okay. Do I want to take a strain here or not?
Well,
Even with strain.
your grit is 0, right?
Yes.
Oof.
I mean, even with strain, I will probably blow the roll. So, I will. I drop down. I fall into a crouch and I face plant.
Well, no, you're far more graceful than that. I mean, you are nobility. Kinda.
Yeah.
So yeah, you drop down gracefully into your nice military pose with your rifle out. And that's when you see the 2-meter tall combat droid staring at you, and it raises one enormous gun arm and fires. So why don't you take a die of damage, and we'll call it armor piercing because you were just totally not expecting this.
Okay, so that's 3, and Okay.
Yeah, and you're just thrown backwards a couple, several meters because this thing hits you like a battleship charge, which is, coincidentally what it used.
Okay.
So yeah, you see Nick's drop down, and then this is enormous, earth-shattering kaboom as he gets yanked back by the poor wire crew. What do you guys do?
Do you want to drop in and try to fire at the robot?
Is it possible to get a shot without dropping in?
Yes, but it will be harder.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. Why don't you take -1 on the roll then?
Alright. My mighty roll will be -1. Ah, 5.
Well, you guys are doing typically great tonight.
It's really too bad it isn't the kind of game where you gain XP by the failure.
Yeah,
I know, right?
that is
We
disappointing.
would have many advanced powers now, very advanced moves.
That is disappointing, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So you try and pop down to take a shot. So I remind you of a rule from Mega Traveler, which always opined that if you take a shot from cover, your armor is only half because you're exposing a vulnerable point. So why don't you take a d6 of armor-piercing damage as its secondary weapon pops open on its back and fires at you?
Oh my god.
Well, it's not too bad because I just didn't take armor this time.
Oh, well then.
So,
What?
So
That's-
armor piercing.
Ouch.
It's a 3.
All right. Malix, what's this looks more like your gig, so
Right. Well, let's see. Let's see what the turbo laser can do against this battleship charge wielding robot. All right. Rolling and I rolled an 8. 9. Make that a 9.
all right. This is big enough. I'll let you do the double dice on it with the spray because the robot is particularly huge. So you roll 3 dice and apply the 2 best to it.
Okay. Oh, look at that! I just did 12 damage.
Whoa.
Cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Turbo lasers away.
You turbo laser the hell out of that, but you rolled a. Did you get a 10 or an 8? I can't remember which.
It was a 9.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
still the mixed
Take a
partial
d.
success.
So take a d6 of damage from all that because it's
Okay.
firing back at you. You guys, you're in this terrific firefight with it.
Okay, I just took 4 damage.
Cool.
Does it go
That-
dark or is it still operating?
no, it's still operating.
All right. So
This one does not seem to be the disgruntled AI type that you encountered previously.
all right.
Well, I've got armor, so does that block 1 point or 1 die?
1 point.
Okay.
So yeah, no, this one's got the kill switch turned all the way over. So
all right. Well, I want to drop in so I can get a clear shot.
all right. Why don't you give me a grit roll instead of a might roll on this?
Okay.
Because that's basically what you're really doing here.
9.
9. Okay, so do your damage.
Okay.
What are you using? Your armor, your special weapon, right?
Yeah, the armor
And that's
piercing weapon.
AP. Okay.
All right. Come on. 5.
5. Wow. Okay, that's gonna take it down. Let's see though. Just take some damage. Take a d6 of damage.
All
As
right.
it shoots, you get into the final firefight with it, but it's you and Malix just pounding laser into this thing.
Ouch. And did it go dark? Is it?
Oh
down?
yeah, no, it's down now. You melted the entire front of it, I think. So
All right, good. I'll kind of lift up my goggles for a second and say, "Danger, Will Robinson."
hey man,
I don't even know what it means, but yeah.
that's a little bit robotist.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that was.
True.
All right,
His best
cool.
friends are robots.
Man, taking tough, really paying off.
Okay. So you are now down on 28. It's a pretty sure bet. They know you're here.
Oh man.
Well, with the robot shooting off battleship-shaped charges at things.
Arnold, are you okay? I noticed you're just wearing your loincloth.
No, my trench coat.
Oh, whatever. How badly hurt are you? Are you okay?
Not that much. The most of the blue was taken by the floor.
Okay. And 12, what about you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm afraid this dinner jacket will never be the same. But
Okay. Then I think we're good to proceed, right?
Well, that's Elon. All right, cool. So yeah, I mean you're adjacent to the anti-aircraft missiles. Probably this robot was in charge of them. Till you ruined his day. Yeah, combat droids. There's a reason why people like Malix exist. It's because combat droids are not that useful.
yeah.
Yeah.
At least not alone. Yeah. So it's next.
Michelle.
Yes, Dad.
Yeah, we have some anti-aircraft missiles here. Do you know how we can get them, like, to disarm them or something like that? Even might bring back a few on as a souvenir.
Ooh. Can I have one? It's my birthday soon.
Heck yeah. It's the law of the sea or whatever. Salvage.
Yeah. Just give her a model so she can run me through it.
Sure. This will require a grit roll because you're trying to disarm a thing, and you can take +1 because Michelle is giving you advice.
Thanks.
No, Dad, hold the scanner the other way. The other way.
Oh, it's that thing? I thought it was from the screen. 9. I am going to take a strain. I just don't want this to go bad.
Okay.
I don't take strain for my safety, well-being, but disarming things.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
it's 12.
You on a 12. What you see that Michelle has done is she has slaved over the control circuits to her panel back on the ship.
Oh,
perfect.
Cool. So yeah, you're on the floor. It seems deserted except for a half-melted combat droid. I sound like an Infocom game now. North, there is a half-melted droid here.
We take his stuff.
You can't take the. You can't take the half-melted droid.
That's there's so much.
Invent.
Let's see. We try to go left. We try to exit. We try to go forward.
I mean, only half of it is melted. We could take the half that isn't melted.
Man, the glass is always half full with you. I swear.
Okay. So, what's the plan now?
Okay.
Keep going to grab shoot or go by the windows. Or
I mean, there's stairs too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are there stairs or are there just grav chutes?
I guess even in the far future, they would need to have some sort of fire stair.
For their weak, atrophied legs in case of an emergency.
Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You can find a stair. Whoever was up here welded the door shut, but find it. I mean, you just need to cut it open.
That's actually a good thing. So they are not using or watching the stairs. They welded it all up.
That's true.
I mean, I'm good either way. I'm just a little bit worried that now they know we're coming, and
Right.
if we come
Right,
floating down
right.
on these things.
Right. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about using the grav chutes. We can try the staircase.
All
I
right.
mean, I think it. I mean, I don't think it'll take long to shoot to cut it open. So
Yeah, the only question is if you're trying to do this exceptionally fast. If you're just going to take your time and do it, then there's no roll. If you're going to try and do it fast, then there's some risk.
yeah, I mean, I think we do want to get. I think we do want to hurry.
Okay.
Our bonus
Yeah.
is getting slimmer and slimmer.
It sounds to me like Malix is your tech guy, right?
That's yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
All right. Why don't you give me a might roll? Since you're
Okay.
going to go fast and you're military dude, this is part of your training. So.
This
I've
is
got
not
an 8
something
total.
I've seen combined
All right.
a lot, might and tech.
Yeah, so you cut the door open without too much trouble, and on an 8, you step through the door, hit the tripwire. You're like, oh crap! But
Oh.
it doesn't detonate anything. But you're pretty sure that you tripped some alarm.
Okay.
Oh man.
I've tripped
Okay.
something.
So they watch.
Yeah,
everything
these
now.
Malix, these guys are good. They're using this is like Imperial level training.
I feel
Yes,
like
it's,
Silas's partner is perhaps more important than we were led to
Right.
believe.
Right. Well, if we set an alarm, they'll all be covering the stairway. So maybe we should take the grav shaft.
Or
Oh,
do a
double.
pincer movement.
I
Oh.
think
Suggest
think
we
it
split the
starts-
party.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
Splitting the party is awesome.
If they're watching all the exits and we came in every entry, they'll just don't know what to do.
You're right. It's not a bad idea. The classic pincer movement might not be a bad idea. I'll go team stairs.
I'll
Okay.
take grab
I'll
shoot.
take the shit. Yeah, I'll take the grab shoot too. Oh
Okay,
wait, that means one of us is going solo. No, I'll go down the stairs
No.
and then. What? I'm sorry.
all right. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay, we've got 2 people going down the stairs. I'll go down the grav shaft then. That means
All right.
2 and 2.
So it's Harper and Malix are going down the stairs, and Arnold and Nix are going down the graph shafts. Got it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Kalido. All right. So you're going all the way to 24 or to 26?
What did we see in 26? I can't remember.
26 was empty. 24 had the camera.
Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah.
So it's probably the place where they shot the hologram.
Right.
So,
Right, so
I
that's-
guess
that's-
24.
All
Right.
right. Cool. So anyway, the stair on 26 was welded shut too. But 24 is open. And you just dropped down the graph shafts, so I'm just gonna roll. Okay. So Malix, you and Harper kick open the door on 24. The doors fly open. You see what looks like some kind of barricade about 20 meters away from you, with a couple people behind it with weapons. You let the door swing back shut, and they start shooting.
Let's see. Let's look at our equipment possibilities, shall we?
Yes.
So you guys look at
Got
that.
see grenades?
Yeah, I see grenades too. Nice.
Arnold and Nix, you drop down, and most of this side of the building on 24 has been blasted open. So there's like this gigantic hole that you can look out and see the sky. You see far away over on the other side of the building, on the other side of the grav shaft. I'm going to assume you're like on the one that's in the lower left-hand corner. You can see the barricade where they're firing at the stairwell door. And Arnold, at that point, you notice that you hear a whoosh, and you see one of the anti-aircraft missiles launch from the side of the building.
What? Wait. Michelle, did you do that?
Incoming, Dad! Incoming!
Mhm.
It detonates about 150 meters away from the building. There's a shimmer as a shield seems to absorb it, and the cloak switches off, and there's a small but well-armed rover ship hovering in space there, and
those bastards.
yeah, some people coming out on grav. Well, a thing coming out on a grav cycle. It's about 8 feet tall and has multiple limbs, like 8 limbs, and it's one of them's carrying. 2 of them are carrying an enormous gun.
Oh, it's just the cook.
Yeah, it's just a cook. Don't worry about him. He's just a spider bear. Don't worry about him.
Spider bear. Oh man.
All right, so Koresh is smashing through into the grav shaft area. So let's cut back to Malix and Harper. What are you guys doing?
I think it's grenade time.
Yes.
It's always grenade time.
Grenade o'clock.
Grenade. All right.
Are there is there space in between, like between the barricade and the ceiling, that we could throw a grenade through, or is it like really pretty airtight?
That is what the die of fate is for. Yes, it might hit something that would be valuable to you, so you have to be careful.
Like me.
Yeah, like you. There we go. Let's we'll call that the barricade, and let's see if I've got a bear shape for this, because that would be kind of awesome. No, it does not look like I have a bear shape. But I got something with 8, so that's cool. And that octagon is Koresh. Or rather, these are both on the wrong floor. So I will just.
Wait, is Koresh our target? Is that who we're trying to rescue, or
No, Koresh
am I
is
misremembering?
Koresh is one of the rovers who are trying to kill you.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But their weaknesses, spider bear weaknesses, are honey and blood-filled flesh sacks, right? So we should be okay. Yeah.
I'm afraid we're technically considered to be blood-filled flesh sacks.
Oh man, that's terrible news.
Mhm.
Okay. So what are you guys doing, Harper and Malix?
Let's lob a grenade.
All right.
Let's do it.
Give me a
and
might
hit
roll
the
here.
floor. 12. Hey,
Whoa.
I'm rolling well.
So
Rover
you
target.
were like the handball champ or something, right?
Exactly.
in your squad. Okay, so yeah, you chuck it. Nice, perfect spiral sail, good rise. It hooks right around and lands on them. So hey, grenades are spray. Why don't you roll me 3d6 and
Yay!
2 best ones?
And the damage is 9.
Okay, so 4 and a 5. Okay. All right. Yeah, it goes off. They see the grenade coming. You see them lower the visors on their helmets, and then scramble. But they're definitely not going to be able to return fire for a little bit. You didn't take them out. They're wearing armor, but
Okay.
Harper, that if you want to run in, you've got a good clean path now.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
All right, cool. So you run in. I take it you're probably going to look for some cover, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Give me a grit roll then.
Okay.
just to see if you're in a crappy position.
7.
No, that's not too bad. All right, so you don't have like the drop on them. They know where you are, but you're in a nice covered spot behind like a barricade of some office cabinets and stuff. So you've got cover.
Okay, great.
So meanwhile, Arnold and Nix, this enormous spider bear is bearing down on you.
Bearing down on you guys.
Yeah.
So it looks like the anti-aircraft actually killed my connection, so I have no idea what's happening.
Oh no.
After the incoming, I didn't see anything.
Well, that's okay. So you're being attacked by the Rovers, and they seem to have sent Koresh, the cook, who is a 8-foot-tall spider bear, at you.
You'll have to neutralize him before the rest of the mission can continue.
Yeah, he
All right.
tumbles off his grav bike, loads a shell into his enormous rifle, and takes a shot at Nix.
Oh
Why
no.
don't you give me a grit roll here, Nix?
Okay, so that's
Can totally do this. It's cool.
10.
Yeah, wow, you
Yes.
totally can. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes out like an entire wall.
While I casually step to the side.
Oh, dude, you don't do. All right, so he grins, which is terrifying because they've
Yeah.
got like multiple rows of
Teeth.
teeth. Yeah. Throws down the rifle, pulls out an enormous sword, and charges you guys. Arnold, what do you want to do?
All right. How far was he?
Well, he was about 10 meters away. He's now
Okay.
about 5 meters away and closing because he's running on 4 of his limbs, and
Okay.
the other 4 are holding his sword and getting ready to grapple you guys.
Okay. The on the sheet, the rifle, it says also any pole arm. Is that I can use the rifle as a pole arm, or is it that
I mean, it would functionally work the same as a polearm. So like so in other words, the main characteristic of the rifle is it gives you plus range. So
okay.
on a gun, that would change your range from whatever it is, near to far. So a pole arm would change your range from close to near.
Okay, so it's just an option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to shoot him while he's charging.
Okay.
He discharged with bullet.
That sounds like a might roll to me.
It is. And 10.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay, now the dice are running good. My connection is stable. Everything.
All right, you peg him. Is that a laser rifle or just a rifle?
No, a regular rifle.
Okay. Roll your damage then.
4.
Okay. He barely feels it, and he
man.
charges. He's still charging Nix. So, Nix, this sounds like a might roll to me, because you've got no choice but to get a weapon. Do you have a weapon, like a sword or a gun?
Yeah, I've got my dress vibro sword.
Of course.
Excellent.
Okay, so and might roll. What could go wrong? Okay, well that's a 4, so maybe I'll take a little bit of strain.
Maybe. Could be.
Oh, good. That brings me all the way up to a 6.
That's not good. All right, so he just snarls, knocks your vibro sword away like it's made out of tinfoil. It kind of clatters a meter away. And take 2 dice of damage, please.
Oh man.
Yeah, he hits you with a scimitar that's as tall as you. So.
Okay, so that's 5 damage.
Yep.
I am not in good shape.
Well, if you have armor on, it That will help.
Oh, that's right. I do have armor on, so that's only 3 damage. But I'm
All right.
still not in very good shape.
No, I can't imagine you would be. Meanwhile, Malix, looks like those guys are getting back up onto the firing step. So what are you gonna do?
They're just getting up on there and calling up the map. I think at this point, I'm gonna just try to hit him with the turbo laser.
Got it. Give me a might roll.
Oh, now it's a 6. I think yeah, I'll strain it. And then I'll be completely out of strain. So now it's 7. No, wait, 3, 4, 5, 8. Now it's an 8.
All right, 8 will hit. You're gonna take some damage. But first, roll your damage.
Okay.
Your turbo laser.
7 is my damage.
Okay, so you're rolling. So you got a 5, a 2, and a 1.
That's right.
Okay. All right. I will apply these the best way possible. Okay. All right. Oh, one guy, it looks like took. Oh wait, you're using. No. Okay. One guy took the hit, pretty solid, but he But the other one looks like they managed to duck it just at the last second, so you didn't do too much damage. Now do me a favor, roll 2d6 and take the best result because they're both shooting him.
Okay. And the best result is a 4.
Yeah, so you're gonna take 4 points of damage.
-1 is 3. That's leaving me kind of hurt. Oh boy. All right.
But Harper, he's drawing their fire, so I'll give you a +1 if you're shooting back right now.
Is there any possibility of me being able to take advantage of this time to sprint forward and try to get behind them or outflank them, or is it sort of a wall, an impenetrable wall that would be tough for me to get past?
No, you could outflank them definitely. That would be a Gert roll to not be seen. Actually,
All
wait. No. Well, it doesn't matter. Either one for you. It might be wit instead.
All right.
Yeah, I think it is wit. So it's the same roll for you, but.
Okay, here's hoping. 11, 12.
12 was perfect. Yeah, you just vanish. They have no idea where you are. They still think you're behind the shelves, but you've outflanked them. You've got a peach of a shot on them from behind.
Excellent. Can I take that now?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Why don't we call that +2 in your roll?
Awesome. 9.
9. Okay, cool. You're gonna crack. You hit one with your armor piercing gun. So roll your damage.
All right. Five.
Ooh. Yeah, you take them down. They clutch their back and scream and roll over, bleeding heavily. The other one turns around, looks at you, rolls her helmet up, and goes, "Harper?"
Oh, thank God. I was afraid she was going to say Dad.
So you remember your first mission with Nyx, who wanted you to go to find Theron?
Oh, remind me.
She was the ex-Imperial sergeant who wanted you guys to go up and find the angelic psionic creature.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, that's her. It's
That's
Nyx.
her? Oh,
Yeah.
The angelic creature.
That's Nate.
What are you doing here? What?
why are you shooting at us? Why did you kidnap somebody?
We're freedom fighters.
Well, you could have sent me the memo.
You're not. Well, if you're not on the mailing list, I'm not going to send you anything.
I thought we had a relationship.
We're here capturing one of the imperialist warmongers of the Astroms Corporation. Do you know how much suffering this guy has caused? This whole city was on his account.
Oh my God, we thought he was just a minor bureaucrat with
He is.
sales or something.
Astrorms assigns minor bureaucrats cities they want to destroy. I mean, your friend Alexandra has the account for most of this sector.
Oh man, this is really awesome. This is really awkward. Oh, and I'll give a sign to Malik so he doesn't like.
I'm holding my person. Oh,
Okay.
good. We're friends now.
Meanwhile, so Nyx, Arnold, and Koresh. Koresh has just done a number on poor Nyx.
Oh yeah.
If I can, I'll grab Nick's swords and fight the bear back.
Oh my gosh, that's so metal. Perfect. Yeah, of course you can. For something like that, yes. Obviously, the sword landed right at your feet.
Yeah, nice.
I will assume a mic roll of 7, and I'm going to spell strain. 8. Damn it!
Really? Wow.
I still have 1 strain left.
Yeah, but if you didn't take the commando ability, you don't get to spend.
Oh, okay.
strain.
True. Okay.
All right, so 7, huh? 8. Okay.
8.
Well, 8. You're gonna do your damage. And then let me do your damage first, and then let me think about this.
6.
Oh, that's a palpable hit. Okay. So yeah, your terrible choice is to stay in place and take an extra 3 points of damage, or to let Nyx take those 3 points of damage.
Oh man.
I'll take it.
Oh, you're such a hero. I mean, it's not armor. It's not armor piercing. So if you're wearing
Well,
armor,
I told you I don't have armor. I don't care about armor person.
wow.
It's,
All right. So Nyx, Arnold is heroically trying to stand in against this bear who's, fencing form is only adequate, but when you're swinging around a 2-meter long cleaver, style is not that important.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sort of out of load. So,
Yeah, me too.
that sounds funny when you say that.
okay, okay. While the bear is distracted, I am going to attach the anti-grav belt to him and turn it on at full power to slam him into the ceiling.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, there you go. Using the wit. Yes.
Extremely witty.
That's how we survive this stuff.
Make the roll, but do take a -1 because this is a tricky combat maneuver.
Okay, so I mean, what stat am I rolling?
Wit.
Okay, that's at a -1. That's a 12. So
okay. So yeah, you hook your grav belt onto the back of his armor and hit the button, and he slams all the way across the floor and smash it. Actually, there's nothing. Even if he's like here, there's nothing behind him because that window's been blasted. So out he goes.
Man.
I mean,
have you been practicing that move on the holodeck or something? Like what?
He might be back, but meanwhile, so
right.
you guys
he can't reach the controls.
Right.
So
masterful. Nice.
So yeah, you guys have heard the firing has stopped now that you're out of your adrenaline high. And apparently Harper is talking to one of the people trying to kill you, which is it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, I mean,
Harper move.
Right. Well, I mean, most of the people who try to kill us do know us, so
that's true. Yeah.
Just for clarity's sake, you said 3 extra damage. I assume that would be with the 2 damage that the 2 dice that the bear does.
I'm sorry. What was the first
Well,
one?
you told me that I took 3 extra damage. Was it in addition to the 2 dice the bear usually do?
No. I don't
Just
remember what I
a
said. So
flat
whatever
3.
you took is what you took.
Okay, so I'm barely standing.
Oh man.
You're fine. Everything is fine. Your vision is supposed to go gray at the edges. It's fine.
Exactly.
All right. So Nyx is looking at the 3 of you guys like, what? Why are you guys here? What are you doing? This is.
Well, here's our situation. Like, you can't get the money that you want out of that VP.
It was never about the money.
Ah. Well,
This
I'll tell you what. What if we make a deal? You let us have him, and we'll let you know exactly where he is, so you can get him again shortly after this.
I mean, I think we have to get off world soon. I mean, Theron had a plan, and I may have interpreted it somewhat liberally, but they had a plan, and it was a good plan, and it involved this, and they see things. So Theron. I don't actually know what gender Theron is. We just go with they.
We've gone back and forth a few times. Nobody's sure.
They don't seem to mind either way, so we tabled it as an issue.
I mean, we've got a bunch of like super pro level rovers on our ass right this exact second, trying to kill us and take us hostage.
Well, that's weird. Why would rovers come and attack you? You guys aren't that important.
We have no idea.
Huh. Well, that's not good either for me, because I don't want that kind of heat.
Right. So listen, if you give us the guy, we'll owe you one. How does that sound?
We do have connection with an extra from Armstrong.
Can you give me a lift off world and maybe like treat Janice over here? The guy that you shot in the back.
Yeah, I could feel bad about that now. I didn't feel bad about it a second ago, but now that he's got a name and everything,
I still don't feel bad about it.
Alex is like,
I'm bleeding out.
No personal connection to these people whatsoever.
I don't know these guys.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Let's gather them up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Hey, I know what we can do. We'll film a video where it looks like we kill him.
Yeah.
And then you just get him out of here and let him, tell him not to come back.
We can do that.
Yeah, is his husband here? He was very mushy about the whole subject.
Yes. Mushy, but kind of cheap, I think.
All right. So, you go back into the room with the camera, and she stages a couple of tricky effects in there and makes it look like they kill him.
Use the vibro sword for the
yeah. And then you guys are on your way back up. Hey, Arnold.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor and roll 1d6 for the die of fate?
Yeah. Why me? Because I have awful luck. 4.
Okay. 4 is actually not too bad. When you get up to the ship, something just seems off to you.
Michelle.
Yeah. You don't get an answer when you raise the comm.
Damn it! Okay, I storm in there.
Be careful.
Okay,
Nope.
Could you give me a grit roll?
7.
Okay,
8.
cool.
Well, 8.
So you're not unconscious. As you walk up, you get zapped by some kind of bolt of lightning and drop to the floor, kind of twitching and it's mostly paralyzed, at least for a little while. And you hear a man say, "Damn it, Alice. That's not the one we're supposed to take alive." She's just like, "Look, Garth, I got shot in the leg today. I don't like getting shot in the leg, okay?" Arnold, you're able to crown your neck around, and you see, not unexpectedly, Garth with Michelle tied up next to him,
Oh,
hand on his sword. Like, well, well, well. So he calls out to you, the rest of you guys, like, "Sounds like we've got a little problem here, guys. I've got something you want, and you've got something I want."
we barely know that girl. We could start the self-destruct sequence right now. Where would that leave you?
Shut up.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Oh well, so much for that gambit.
All right, so you guys, the fate is not completely abandoned you. It's clear that they probably haven't taken over the entire ship's systems and locked you out, but they do have, it's kind of an upper hand. They've got the entire Gibson family inside. So Jasper family, sorry.
Who's our best shooter?
Malax.
Alex?
Probably.
Oh, Malix, I have been shortchanging you this whole session. You took
What?
killer, right? So you should have been doing extra
Oh
dice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my fault.
No time
Uh,
like the present,
oh.
huh? Now Garth is wearing armor. So is Alice, but
Oh yeah, I am killer.
Garth's looks much nicer, and he's got a cape. So, I mean,
Yeah, well,
he's got to be pretty important.
yeah. When did I take out the cape? So
What if you take my my armor piercing rifle?
okay. Well, another thing to consider is I'm all strained out. I mean, I don't know if
Right,
that's
yeah.
really something. I don't know if that's something I could really in character communicate unless you just notice I look a little worn out from being shot up.
Yeah, you all do, frankly.
But otherwise, I'm still game. So I'm just pointing that out.
I'm just thinking we could. I mean, it's a little bit of a Hail Mary, though. I could step out to talk and try to hit one of them with my psionics and blow their head up like scanners. While you kind of come around the corner with the rifle and take a shot at the other one. But if all I do is give somebody a minor headache and you miss with your shot,
If we're going to start worrying about our plans going wrong,
Yeah, I think that's a good. I still think that's a good call. Why don't we go ahead and do that?
Okay. All right, that's what we'll do. I'll step forward, and who's actually holding Michelle?
Garth is, so he's not really presenting any kind of a target. Alice, there's a little bit of a shot because she had to be in position to cover the entrance.
Good. Then I will try to blow up Garth's cerebellum.
Okay. This sure sounds like grit because you're trying to do this quickly and under strain. And I really ought to be giving you a -1 here, so I will.
Okay.
because there was that psionic jammer in the building.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
All right, so it's going to be a straight roll then. +1, -1.
Yeah.
I foresee boxcars. 11 is not bad.
11 is not bad. Okay, so I'm not going to let you blow up his head on an 11. Well, I would have thought about it, but
Maybe some brains leak out his nostrils or something.
on an 11, I'm perfectly willing to have him essentially disabled for at least a beat or two.
Okay.
And sure, roll a d6 of damage.
Okay.
I have Garth's stats here.
2 points.
2 points. Okay. He's definitely hurt. He's incapacitated. He's kind of flailing around. Arnold, you see Michelle just kind of flop down, and now she's directly in view of the entrance ramp and staring at you like, "Ah!"
Okay,
Alex, you're up.
I was still just up there. Okay.
If you want to make a grit roll, we can see how well you have recovered from getting zapped by the
That's
space
a good
taser.
idea. Space
Space
taser.
taser.
Grit. 9.
9. Okay. You could definitely do something. They will definitely also get a chance to react because your reflexes are still slowed.
Okay. So Garth is disabled.
Yeah, Alice
And-
is freaking out like,
Okay.
Garth!
All right. So I'm going to take out a concealed weapon and have a slash at Alice.
All right. Sealed weapon. So that's we'll call that a might roll. And take -1 because it's a concealed weapon and therefore not as good.
Uh-huh.
What kind of weapon is it?
Concealed. It's a
What is it?
no-load weapon, so it sounds like it's a knife.
Yeah. I probably once it's the same knife I took apart the AI from the other game.
Right.
Oh,
With the minus plus 11.
11. A palpable hit. All right. Yeah. You knife Alice. Roll a d6.
I'll teach you to get your hands on my daughter. 5.
Whoa.
I am
All right.
mad.
She took.
I'm very mad.
Yeah. Well, you stab her right in the leg. She's like, God damn it! She's looking around like, Garth, this is going south. I'm calling Trevor.
Who's Trevor?
You'll find out. All right. So Malix, but that does expose actually, your call. Which one you want to shoot? Both Garth and Alice, you have a shot on right now.
Well, I think when in doubt, go for the cape. So that's all fair. I'll fire a shot at the dude, the not Alice, Trevor.
Okay.
No, not Trevor.
Garth.
Garth. Thank
Garth.
you. Okay. All right. Let's see what I roll here. And I got a 9.
A 9. Cool.
Mhm.
A 9 is going to hit. So you have killer. So roll 2d6 for your damage, and you borrowed Harper's armor-piercing rifle, as I recall.
That's right. 4 and 2, so I guess it's 6 in total, plus whatever the armor piercing does.
it ignores armor.
Ah, right. Well, I rolled a 6.
Do we lose
Yeah,
Catherine?
it looks like she dropped out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Oops.
she's having trouble joining. Oh, sometimes that happens. Oh, we can't invite her, can we?
You can't?
I think because it's alive. This has happened to me before too, where I've gotten bumped and I can't join back from the Google Hangouts page. Let's see. Let's copy this link address.
Hey.
Oh, there we are. You made it.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like I got signed out of Google. That's weird. Cool. So what happened?
He hit for
6
6 armor piercing.
Total 6?
That's right.
Okay. Cool. Well, Garth definitely feels that. I mean, in as much as he can feel anything while he's rolling around right now in shrieking agony. So Garth isn't doing anything. Alice is ducking under cover, so she's not. You don't have a shot on her anymore. She's probably going to try and shoot poor Arnold. Michelle is sort of inchworming her way down the ramp. Nix, what are you doing?
I'm going to run over, cut Michelle free, and get under cover. See if we can access the ship's controls and maybe do something with that.
That sounds like a grit roll to me.
Okay, so let's. Okay, so that's a 7.
Okay. 7. Cool. Yeah, so you cut Michelle free, but you get zapped by Alice's lightning gun. So you've kicked Michelle away and cut her bronze enough that she's struggling out of them, out of line of sight. But you drop and sort of flop around. You're like, oh wow, that's what that feels like. Arnold, you're probably recovered enough at this point that you can do stuff. Harper, you can also do stuff, and we haven't checked in with you in a bit. So what's up?
Let's see.
It
Sounds
was
like
that
what's that?
had me chill at the first, right?
What's that?
It was Garth that had me chill at first.
Yes, it was. Oh, he's still down. So I will run up with let's see, what would be a good close weapon here? Like a knife, I guess.
All right.
And I will put it to Garth's artery and say, Alice, it's over. Just drop the gun.
Okay, give me a might roll. You're trying to intimidate here.
Harper wishes his voice was deeper. 8.
8. Okay. All right. So you say that. Alice says, I really don't think so. And at that point, their ship decloaks above you.
Oh, man.
Now, it hasn't done anything because you got a 7, and you will definitely be able to do stuff. But Alice is like, Trevor, lay down some covering fire.
Okay.
We gotta get out of here.
No, I run to Michelle's console.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Try to get the control of the anti-aircraft missiles.
This sure sounds like a wit roll to me.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what? It's might. It's might. You're trying to kill people. Yeah, it's definitely might.
6, 7. I'm using my last train. 8.
8.
Train does not like me.
No. Cool. Well, the anti-aircraft missile goes up, smacks into the side of their ship, which kind of rocks, and then it fires back at your ship. Zap, 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 zap.
I am starting to take this personally.
This is fun. Thank you. Thanks, Google.
We got 2 Katrins.
I'm gonna yell at Shane because this is clearly all his fault.
Clearly.
All right. Let's see. I actually have ship rules, and your ship is medium, and therefore has some hit points.
Yay.
Okay, cool. Yep. Okay. Oh, wow. But it doesn't seem to do too much damage. It looks like it got scrambled, so it's just bouncing off the armor.
Yes.
But it has now completely ruined all the paint job.
This I'll worry about later.
Yeah. So, Malix.
Mm-hmm. So, do I have anything that could hit that ship?
Hit, yes. Do damage, not really. Ships
well,
are they're on a completely different scale.
Oh, right. In that case, Who else still up in hostile? Or are we still in the standoff situation?
A little bit. I mean, Harper's got a knife to Garth's throat. Alice is communicating with her ship.
Okay.
She's back out of line of sight now, and presumably is covering Harper.
Okay. So how about if I just say, look, we can still make a deal. We can still make this work. How about if we can walk away with the executive, we'll strike a blow for your movement at a time and place of your determining.
Oh, this isn't the rebels though. The
No.
rebels
Oh,
are on
shoot.
board
No,
with it.
this is the Rovers who are trying to kill
Oh
him.
crap! I'm sorry. I keep
That's okay.
mixing.
Right.
I keep mixing everything up.
Right.
Today
Right.
is a very complicated episode because I
Right.
Right.
Coming
Right.
cold,
Right.
Multi-layered.
Right. I mean, I think
Yeah.
the deal we want to offer is we let them go, they let us go.
Okay. Yeah. So, what if I just made a move and oh, this is going to be risky, but what if I just put my weapon down as like a show of good faith, just to break the tension or the stalemate or whatever here, and just said, look, why don't we let's just be on our way. How about what do you say? No one's died yet, and we can keep it that way.
So let's see. If you are, so it sounds like you're using your awareness, smarts, or guile, and not your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Yeah. All right. Make me a wit roll.
Okay, I can do that. 9.
Okay. So Alice is not going to order Trevor to just shoot you with the ship-mounted pulse lasers.
That's good.
Yeah, because it would just leave a greasy stain.
Right.
All right, look, we just want Harper. The rest of you were only part of the bonus structure. I mean, it was geometric. You know, if we got 2 of you, there was an extra reward clause, but we were just sent to get Harper.
Yeah, I just started yelling, "I'm not going! I'm not going!" Ah.
None of us have to die. Harper's not supposed to die. We're supposed to take him alive.
Well, he's our crew. I mean, you wouldn't give up any of your crew, would you?
Garth kind of look away.
Do you see the spider bear?
Oh, wow. Good point.
Yeah, they probably have a tracker on Chorus. I sure would.
Well, they didn't leave him behind so much as he was taken away. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
no.
they,
Yeah,
They can go
that's a good
well,
point.
that wasn't their choice. That was our choice. But no need to blame her that as I'm trying to negotiate a treaty. Well, let's okay, how about this? If you help us, we've already done most of the work on is the mission even, are we even still thinking about the mission right now?
I mean, the mission right now is a
Yeah.
success. We have our target.
Yeah.
He's on board.
Well,
Right.
yeah, look,
You're even
how
going to get a
about
bonus. Right? Currently, you're even going to get a bonus out of this.
what if we offered you a cut on our take, and that way that'll make up for the
Money.
oh I'm trying that'll make up for the loss of Harper.
Wait, what?
Wait, no, wait. We're not.
I don't know. We're getting paid a lot for him.
Well, how much? What are you talking here?
Oh, Garth, what's the penalty clause kicker? He's like, I think it's 2. All right. If we're gonna blow a contract, first we're gonna have to make it look like you died, so we have plausible deniability. Next, you're gonna pay us 2 for Harper and 1 for each of you.
Guys, it's a ripoff.
Yeah, we're just the we're just the bonuses. The contract really only requires Harper, so that's what we're negotiating on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we were gonna take a bonus. I mean, I still got Trevor up there. The gun camera's pointed at you guys.
How
But
many more?
we don't want to do this, and your Harper's got a knife to Garth's throat, and we're kind of an item. So Garth's like, just looking at her like,
Can we
How many more? How many more missiles do I have?
I tell you what, you're doing a favor for that Astrarms guy, right?
Yeah.
That's the mission.
Pay us 2 creds for Harper, and you tell him and his husband to lose a crate in shipping.
All right.
Okay.
So Silas, can you make that happen?
I think he takes a look at the ship hovering above you. He takes a look at you, at your desperate crew.
I'm literally holding a knife to a guy wearing a cape.
Looks at Dan. He's like, "Well, I'll make an addendum to that offer. Can you provide us passage across the border?"
Us or them?
He basically wants you to take him and Zand out of the Empire.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. I think
Yep.
We're heading for the Empire. We're heading that way anyway.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
sounds
think
like-
the Empire's got a little too hot for us.
Don't say.
Or at least for Harper.
So it sounds like a deal. All right. So you owe Alice 2 creds,
All right.
and Silas and Zand will lose a box of high-tech, expensive weaponry.
I'll pay one of those creds.
I'll pay the other.
Yeah.
Is that where I'm firing other salves of missiles?
Right. Right.
So,
I mean, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out we'll do the accounting at the end. We'll come up with the 2 creds somehow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll let God sort it out.
And yeah, so that sounds like the deal. They get picked up by their AI, Trevor, who's kind of a jerk. You talk to him a little bit. He's a real smarmy jerk. Like, hey, thanks a lot, idiots. I totally had this. So they fly off. You guys fly off. They bomb the shit out of the top of the building, so that makes it look like they had to take you out in a terrific firefight. And
Smart.
they'll just fake that you guys were actually armed.
So are
Everybody
we
knows Lady of Camelot's not armed.
right? So are we technically considered dead?
Not for long. This is just enough for them to not trigger their penalty clauses.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, so
So
you
we
guys
flee Imperial space with a bunch of rebels, two megacorp execs that want to be extracted. We're busy. We have a lot of activity on our ship.
A lot of plate spinning.
Let's pull up the map and let's do a couple of things. So first, you are here on Vorex. One jump away is Vilmetur, which is also an Imperial world, but less. And beyond that is Estrov. I'm perfectly okay if we want to just make some kind of roll here to see how far you get away. The other way is you have to travel through Imperial space to try and then figure out some way to jump that 2 hex gap to get into the cluster on the bottom of the map.
Right.
Probably Estrov is your best bet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because we don't have the range to go. We don't have the range to go more than one hex without refueling, right? So
Yep.
we basically, I mean, we might be able to find an unoccupied system with a gas giant or something, but okay. So this is a wit roll.
Yeah. Let's call it a wit roll. So you're
Okay,
headed.
so-
Are you headed back to Estrov?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so that's an 11.
Okay, cool. So we'll
nice.
deal with the fallen on that, but you're gonna manage to sneak through Vilmetur with combination of cloak, and maybe Alexandra will owe you a favor, or you will her a favor.
Right.
So the payout from Zand and Silas is 2 creds Of course, that will bankrupt them now that they're on the run as fugitives, but
That's the way it goes.
that's the way it goes. So each of you earned 2 credits from that, and you earned a bonus of 2 credits for this job because
Right.
it took a while.
Right.
There was a lot of loose ends.
So does that
Right.
mean everyone gets 4 credits each, or
No, you get an extra
Okay.
2 credits tacked onto the job, so
Right.
that's
Right.
10
But,
credits.
right. But we have to pay out the 2 credits anyway to
right?
Right?
To maintain the ship.
No, to Alice.
to Alice as the bribe to let us get away.
That's right.
And then
So
your upkeep is 4, I believe, because you basically have the basic model ship right off the assembly line. So Alice tells you one thing, Harper. She says that it was some guy in the Vosok
Yeah.
who met you and really wants you back. Some guy named Landan.
Oh yeah.
And he's looking for you, and this sounds like they tried to do it the quiet way. He's probably going to get loud now.
Yeah. I mean, I knew right away that it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vosok. So it sounds like the idea here was that the empire, that Landan hired these rovers because that's plausible deniability.
Sure.
But they may have decided to screw plausible deniability. Let's start an interstellar incident. We're the Empire, damn it. Okay, that sounds like a wrap for this episode. You do have to pay out the 4 for the ship and the 2 to Alice. So out of your 10, you netted 4. Congrats! Everybody gets a credit.
All right.
Yay. I lost money.
Well, no, I mean if you paid Alice that 2 creds, you get it back. Because
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I took that out of the calculation.
Mhm.
So you netted a credit there, Harper, and you know that the Empire is after you. At least they don't want you dead.
That's true. It's nice to be wanted.
Not that much.
Not that much, no.
right.
Man, there were some really
Right.
great moments today in the game. So thank you guys all.
That was a good one.
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. This entire thing has been extremely fun for me. Thank you guys. So we'll meet again next week. Michael, are you going to be able to make that one?
Well, I don't know. I'm not RSVP'd for it currently. I don't know if there's
There's a spot. There's
okay. Possibly. I've got a game scheduled next Wednesday, and I try not to game twice in a row. But this was awful fun, so I might go ahead and sign up anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Either way, yeah. So then next month I'm going to do the unfun stuff and fun for me, run my playtest, but it's of Red Carnations, which is a totally different kind of game.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you want to play sad, tragic, doomed French proto-communists, sign right up. It's a good game and people like it.
Wait, I thought we were playing that now. No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not quite.
No, we're not French.
Oh.
Also,
Alright.
we're not communists. We're very capitalist.
Yeah, almost
true.
libertarian. I would say.
Yeah, almost Heinlein like libertarians. Yeah.
Although we are making a very good poster case for communism.
I feel like we should grasp the means of production.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you
All right,
all
thanks
so
again.
very much.
Thank you.
Have a great
Fun.
night.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
All right. Okay. I see.